We had our own baseball team. Iowa baseball team was the best in BC for several years. Yeah. Well, the company used to hire a couple of these professionals from the Coast League and build the team around them. And Moody had a team, and Port Coquitlam had a team, Larryville had a team, and Hammond Cedar and Haney had all these guys were semi-professional players because they were holding their jobs at the plant because they were good ball players. Mm-hmm. And then we had our own tennis courts. We had a horseshoe court. George Kingsbury was probably the best horseshoe pitcher in Canada. I mean, he never met the guy who had it, but his ringing production was far ahead of the guy that was and he'd go to the PNE and clean up everything. And he was only about 17 years old at the time. And we had our own tennis courts. And we started to play badminton in Iowa before they ever hardly started in Vancouver anywhere. Some English guy would come to work here, and he taught us all how to play. I ended up as one of the best players outside of Vancouver. We had to play against the Canadian champions, and I was invited to play in what they call the Hill Club in Vancouver. And between 1930 and 1940, I was playing with them and partnered with all the Canadian champions that were all the. Oh, and in summertime we used to go. If we didn't get in swimming by the 24th of May, we were having a bad year. This year, of course, we know you would have never made it in there by the 24th, but that was the day everybody would hit the thing. But in those days, with the amount of oil and stuff that was going into the inlet, my mother used to have a can of coal oil at home to wash us off to get this oil off her skin. I mean, they talk about the contamination. The inlet was full of it, all the lye and acid and everything else. It just poured right into the thing. And when the town site was running, they didn't have what they call a proper sewer. They had septic tanks at the end of the street, and everything went through the septic tank, then it into the inlet too.
Oh, and you're swimming in that?
Yeah, didn't hurt us any.
No.
No, I swam. I think I was only about 7 or 8 years old when I swam across the inlet the first time. That would have been the first time when you aimed to swim across the inlet with a rowboat beside you, going with you. But that kind of graduated you into the real swimmers. Right at the foot of where the Iowa church is, they lay that church down there now. That was right down to the waterfront, and then they had a government dock that went straight out from there it went out into the deep water anyway, and that's what we used to swim off.